What's going on, modded Minecraft fans? My name's Larp TheNotable, and in this video, I'll be surviving 100 days in the Jenny mod. If you've never heard of the Jenny mod before, that's probably a good thing. But it's also not available anywhere safe on the internet, so do not go trying to find it. But if you are interested, I do explain how I got it near the end of the video. But first, you gotta watch me spend 100 days in this mod. So get cozy, grab some snacks, and make sure you subscribe. If I somehow don't die and this video does well, I'll do a 200 days. I don't have much planned besides maybe beating the Ender Dragon, but we've still got 100 days ahead of us, so that's plenty of time to think. We're also in hardcore mode, so if a creeper ends up creeping up on me, the world gets deleted. Now obviously my first objective on day 1 is not to get wood, but to spend the entire day trying to find the main highlight of this mod, Jenny. I have no interest in her services for now, but I do plan on freeloading here until she kicks me out. Normally the biggest problem of any new hardcore world is food, but luckily Jenny has some prime real estate and there's a villager town right over this hill. Although I am stealing from these villagers, I have no plans on enslaving them. For now. I lured some cows home near the end of day 2, adding to this property's long list of HOA violations, and my roommate is not happy that I brought home your mom. Monsters are the only real threat in the Jenny mod, just like normal hardcore. And if I want to keep them out of my house, I need a trench. You could think of a trench as the opposite of a wall, but they both keep mobs out. And instead of spending materials on crafting walls, I can just dig up some dirt. But stone tools aren't gonna cut it, not even for this first trench. And I also want a lot of dirt so I can raise the foundation of Jenny's house so it's not below where the trench will be. So day 4, we're in the mines trying to look for some iron and digging straight down. And before you roast me in the comments, I am mining 2 blocks at a time, so if I'm about to fall into lava or a cave, I'll see it. I stayed in these caves well into day 5, and I was definitely pushing my luck being down here for too long, so I took all the iron that I had mined these last 2 days and went back home. I used that iron on a shield, pickaxe, shovel, and an almost full set of iron armor, making sure to appeal to everyone watching this video, including the feet lovers. Mining dirt from my trench with a brand new shovel. 3 stacks of dirt should be enough for a new foundation. Update, it was not enough dirt. So day 7, we're getting more iron. Most of this is going to shovels, but I also covered my feet. Hey, jingle jingle, feet lovers, don't click off, can't forget what this video's about. I was almost done raising the foundation on day 8 when I encountered my second creature of the Jenny mod. And there are quite a few others besides Jenny, but this one didn't really do anything. It just turned into pork chops when I killed it. Look at that beautiful trench! Now I just gotta find my way down from here. There's about a dozen reasons this video could be taken down, but if I don't want animal rights activists coming after me, I gotta do something about these cows. I'll eventually give them a proper house, but anything is better than living in a hole. I spent all of day 10 AFK on top of this tree. The view is nice, and it gives me some time to think. Technically, I could stay up here for the rest of the video, because phantoms don't exist in old Minecraft. And I know about 90% of my viewers are probably asleep right now, so they wouldn't care. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that, but I will prank my sleeping viewers. Wake up! Day 12, I'm mining for coal because I need more fuel to smelt more iron and make 8 quadrillion more shovels. Not for my trench, but to dig out a basement. Also, Jenny keeps falling into the trench. Dirt! It might look like the inside of an Arby's, but I wouldn't just waste a whole day and break 12 shovels for no reason. This basement is gonna do a lot for me in the future. I ran out of food while trying to light up a cave on day 15 and almost died. I'll use that as a sign to make a farm. Some of the wheat will be used on bread for myself, but the rest is going into breeding my future food. Yes, my children eat, for soon you will be eaten. Mining diamonds day 16 because I feel poor without them. In old Minecraft, it feels a lot more gratifying to find diamonds! 5 of them. This is good. I made a sword and a pickaxe. I think most of us probably would. And I could give these next few diamonds to Jenny and pay for the security deposit I ruined after digging a trench, but I'd much rather have an enchanting table instead. Ooh yeah, fully enchanted Protection 1 iron armor. Jenny's showing her anger by continuously throwing herself into my trench. But I've decided that being rich in a video game is better than having friends. So to stop her from doing that, I'll erect a wall. The wall was a horrible idea, and doesn't work. Who would think of such a thing? Well, I'm not giving her my diamonds, but much like me, she enjoys expensive material possessions. And the most expensive thing that might make her happy enough to stop running away is property. But in this economy, the only way to afford a house is to start a crypto scam. Let's go! She was charged for my crimes and is now under house arrest for a month, but that gives me plenty of time to renovate. And the first building material I need is spruce. On my way to a spruce spruce forest, I found my third creature of the Jenny mod in a swamp. They replace slime spawns, drop slime balls when killed, and don't really do anything else. Into the night of day 17, I finally found a spruce forest, and through the dark, I also found a very large house that I can only assume is also a part of the mod. I'll eventually come back here to see if there's anything inside, but don't forget, I still have a house to build. Just getting an idea of what to build day 19, and I can already smell the property value going up. Day 20, I've decided to add a farmhouse attached to the main building, proving that I care about my cows, and that I'm a very humane person. Only kidding, we both know very well that this is just temporary. Nothing I do is humane. When I loaded back into the world on day 21, a creeper creeped up on me while I was tabbed out, and I thought I died. By the time I tabbed back in, my sheets were soaked and my timbers were shivered. Despite that near-death experience though, I still have a house to build. But you could tell I easily get distracted because by day 22, I'm putting chickens in my ceiling and letting the cows go free into the new barn. Still bringing home random farm animals on day 23, but this time it's sheep. But it's getting a little crowded, so I did what any farmer would. Population control. I ran out of building materials, so day 24 was spent getting more. Smelting my glass, day 10. No! She was made of pork. You might be wondering what I'm gonna do now. I mean, I just accidentally murdered the center point of this video. So I should obviously end it here, right? No, she cloned herself. So if she ends up dying again, and accidents do happen, I can just replace her. Okay, I might have eaten the wrong shrooms. Why are there two of them? I thought one of you died. No clue how this happened, but I think I just witnessed mitosis in real time. I've got a feeling these versions of Jenny will actually appreciate all the work I've put into our new home. Mostly because neither one of them are under house arrest. Day 30, an entire month survived with the Jenny mod, and you're still not subscribed? What do I have to do to please you people? Survive 1,000 days? Maybe, but you gotta subscribe so you don't miss it. I removed the original house because it was getting in the way, and I also replaced the floor with something other YouTubers might say is worse than dirt. But not me, because I don't really know how to build. These next few days aren't very interesting. All I do is build the whole time, so let's get through them quickly so the shorts viewers don't click off. Creeper, no more chickens. Second floor of the house, chopping down trees. Windows, a fourth Jenny that died as soon as I brought her home. Dark oak roof, and bushes. It honestly looks better than I thought it would, and only took 8 days. And we're not done yet, there's still a whole basement I gotta finish. Day 40, I'm making the basement taller so I can turn it into a prison. And no, it's not just to keep the other Jennies locked away if one of them inevitably gets framed for one of my crimes again. No, it's because I want to eventually capture every creature in this mod like all the other hardcore YouTubers do. And this basement is where I plan on storing them. Day 42, we're going out to find our first creature. When I was here the first time, I never went upstairs, but up here is a lot of bookshelves and the main attraction, Ellie, who's luckily willing to follow a stranger into the woods. Your new living conditions might not be as fancy as you had before, but I'm pretty sure if you stayed there, you would have died. I was mining diamonds to repair my pickaxe day 43, but instead of finding diamonds, I found a dungeon. I have no clue how rare a naturally generating double chest is, so you Minecraft nerds will have to tell me in the comments. But more interesting is what was inside of it, a genie lamp. I spent day 44 making a second enclosure, and on day 45, we're rubbing the lamp. And because I'm greedy, I went with the make me rich option, and it indeed made me rich. Day 46, we're back at Ellie's house stealing those bookshelves. There's 15 of them here, and if you don't know, that's the perfect amount for a maxed out enchanting table. So if I spend the next day turning this dungeon into a mob grinder, I can easily put some high level enchants on my gear. But to do that, I actually need the gear to enchant. So it looks like I'm going mining for more diamonds. And at the very end of day 48, I found some diamonds. Was that just 2? What the fortunate occurrence that was, because I had 1 left from Ellie the Genie, giving me just enough for a new pickaxe that I could put Fortune 3 on. This version of Minecraft is 2 years older than Grindstone, so if I don't get the enchant I want, I'll have to restart. So to increase my odds of seeing it, I'm collecting materials for books that I'll use as scrap enchants. To pass the time while I wait for my sugarcane to grow, I'll AFK for XP at my brand new mob grinder. I know the haters are in the comments either yelling at me because I was AFK on day 50 or accusing me of cheating because my hunger didn't go down. And I thank them for engagement. I'm just as confused as you are about my hunger, but like everything in this video, I'll just blame it on old Minecraft. Day 52, I'm cycling through enchants to see if I can't get Fortune 3 to show up, and after still not seeing it on day 53 while completely out of books, I took a risk. The worst enchant that I can get is just Efficiency 4, which isn't too bad. It's not like diamonds are that hard to go. Oh my god! Going back home with a full inventory, day 54. I didn't find any more diamonds, but the tunnels I've been mining look kind of like the back rooms. Achoo! Huh? What? That was probably nothing. And I'm greedy, so all I did day 55 was mine for more diamonds. If you thought I looked cool in Prot 1 iron armor, just you wait. Wait a second. Ooh, full diamond armor. Day 57, I'm enchanting my armor with full protection 1, which for now is enough. I'm not trying to do anything too dangerous. And I got looting 2 on my sword as well. I was AFK all of day 58, grinding levels to enchant a good shovel. Pulling iron from the blood of zombies to construct more swords, just to repeat the process. Don't worry, all this AFK time is worth it, because day 61 we're terraforming! Now that I have a shovel that can insta-mine dirt, my landscaping potential is unlimited. I'm still terraforming day 62, and day 63 we're almost done. Just gotta add some lighting and get rid of this stone. But look at it, it's beautiful. While replacing some of the stone, I came across the largest iron vein I've ever seen in old Minecraft. 31 pieces. I don't know what I'm gonna use it on, I just thought it was pretty cool. My land is perfect. The only thing I could change is the foundation of my house. Dirt just doesn't look as good anymore. So after spending the rest of day 65 extincting birch trees from every nearby forest, I think I've got enough building materials. But after looking at my land for a little bit longer, I realized I'm missing the most important part of my base, a trench. All of that terraforming got rid of my first one, so now I'm making a larger one. Day 66, I'm still digging the trench. It's not very deep right now, and I gotta take a break. Because today, day 67, is a very special day. One that deserves a monument. Most of the day was spent trying to get enough gold for the monument, but I realized it would take 27 gold blocks, so I just used redstone instead. You could cry all you want and say that I'm not notable, but I think it's funny. I wasn't recording day 68, but you didn't miss out on much. I was AFK the whole time. But on day 69, I'm finally changing the dirt foundation of my house to birch using the wood that I collected a few days ago. What, did you expect me to do something else today? No, you got your funny number already. Still building day 70, and today I'm adding some windows. That's gonna stay there forever as a symbol of my failures. Although it is incredibly wide, it's still beautiful, just like your mother. I know I'm hilarious, you could subscribe now. Waterboarding myself, day 72, I'm placing dirt. To fill in this river. And the reason is, now my animals are living on my roof and I'd rather have them somewhere else. So I thought I'd make a flat area and put them in a larger pen. Day 73, I spent adding flooring to the new lowest level of my house. And day 74, I'm asserting my dominance as the greatest hardcore Jenny mod player by fighting a spider, baby zombie, and a full gold baby zombie all at the same time and winning. Day 75, I'm making my trench a lot deeper, going all the way down to sea level, all the way around. And the places that are already that low are going down a few more blocks. And there it is, a 100 by 100 trench all around my land. And the only thing left to do is remove the larger trees, which if I live long enough, I'm just gonna put off until 200 days. But today is the day we enter the Nether! And I'm gearing up Jenny as well, because I don't want to go in alone. And yes, I've been able to do that the whole time. Yeah, the main reason I waited almost 80 days to enter the Nether is because of the netherrack. And Jenny's gone. She probably fell into lava. But I still need what I came for, a nether fortress. With looting 2, it only took me around 5 minutes to get 8 rods, and that's plenty enough for me. I can't stand looking at this netherrack any longer, I'm leaving. In 200 days, I'm definitely going to spend a lot more time in the nether, so let me know if I should add a texture pack that changes everything to look newer, or just changes the netherrack. Now before I fight the ender dragon, I'm gonna need some help, and luckily for you viewers, that involves the Jenny mod. What I'm looking for is more creatures that I can gear up and have fight things for me, so I can be lazy and have an army. That might sound boring, but remember, if I die, the world gets deleted. And collecting as many henchmen as possible will hopefully prevent that from ever happening. Back home, day 79, and you could tell I'm close when you see 6-7 in the distance. Now that I'm standing still, I'm realizing that these creatures have a lot of polygons, which is very laggy. So having them in my house is probably not the best idea, even if they're not visible and just in my basement. It's not just the frames either, the game itself is running a lot slower too. But those are problems for tomorrow, because today is least day. I propose that every day 80 from now on, I will do absolutely nothing, not even eating, for an entire day. And with some much needed time, I could think about how I want to end this video. And after a whole day of thinking, I've got a plan. Just kidding, I've known how I wanted to end this video since I started recording on day 1. I just used least day as an excuse to watch reels. I want to beat the Ender Dragon before day 100 with all of the help of the creatures that I've recently captured. So first I need to move them out of my house, and all my trench lovers out there, you're gonna love this next step. It starts with me digging another 100 100 by 100 trench around a new section of my land. This section is over 128 blocks away, so when I move the creatures over here, they'll be out of my 8-chunk render distance and won't lag me out when I'm within my main perimeter. I bet you didn't even realize my render distance has been that low this whole time. I may have overreacted. Well, now I've got skeleton horses. This is amazing because despite the fact that this is old Minecraft and they don't know how to swim like they do in newer Minecraft, this still makes the trips between my two perimeters a lot faster than just walking. But another downside of old Minecraft is all these random holes filled with water. Day 83, I finished the second trench and found that within this new barrier, there's another Bia the bear, and she's not gonna like this next step. I need a new axe to chop down every tree in this new perimeter. I only got efficiency 3. Day 84, I started the task of removing every tree from this forest and making sure not to replant any of them. Take that, Mr. Beast. You know what? For every subscriber, I'll chop a log. So if 2,000 of you subscribe, I'll need to chop down a full inventory's worth of trees next video. And remember, this is old Minecraft, so I can't really make a farm for that. Day 85, all of the trees are gone, and like the other perimeter, I'm not worried about the larger ones until 200 days. The last thing I need to do is dig a hole where they'll be living. Did you really think I was gonna make their living conditions better? No, they don't have rights. And that makes it morally acceptable to keep them in a hole for the rest of their lives. And yes, I spent a whole day mining it out. Day 87, you might say it's a waste of time to make it look nice, but I want them sleeping on fancy stone, which is equally as uncomfortable, but better for vanity. I also needed more fancy stone, so for the rest of the day, I was AFK watching my furnaces smelt. I used this skeleton horse a lot to go in between the perimeters, and he's becoming a very trusty steed, so I should probably give him a name, but I'm bad at naming things, so I'm just gonna steal one of your suggestions from the comments. I ended day 88 with these rooms looking pretty good. Each section will be dedicated to a different creature, and if I want to capture all of them, I'll need to add more, because out of the 11 creatures that are in this mod, you've only seen 6 in this video, and I've only captured 4, so that'll be another goal for 200 days. All I did was smelt glass day 89. Well, I also made this smelting room in the nether, but most of the day was spent AFK. But day 90, we're placing the glass and finally moving all of the creatures into their brand new home. They don't like it here, but I don't care. Now the lag is fixed day 91, I'm finding the stronghold. I was worried I'd need more ender pearls after the first Eye of Ender broke, but I found out if you ask it nicely not to break, it'll take that into consideration, give you the finger, and break anyway. But it didn't really matter, I found the stronghold day 92, and I had just enough Eyes of Ender. And I was so intrigued by the portal, I almost jumped in, completely forgetting to bring my army. So I made another portal in the end portal room and sent my horse through. Wow, I'm really bad at keeping things safe anywhere around lava. Remember how I told you to comment names for that horse a few days ago? Yeah, you can delete your comment now. Making a path to my main base portal, day 93, and my pickaxe broke. And another one. Come on, I'm close to my portal, I could practically taste it. Okay, I know we're getting dangerously close to the end of the video, but you can't judge me for spending day 94 grinding for XP so I can enchant another Fortune 3 pickaxe. Trust me, that was worth it. Day 95, I'm finishing the tunnel between my main base portal and the end portal, making sure it's idiot-proof. And day 96, I'm giving my bears iron armor and bringing them to fight the Ender Dragon. I don't know what happened, officer. They just disappeared. But for real, I have no idea where they went. I assume they just can't go through portals, which is gonna suck for this end fight because I need to do it all on my own. But I'm not going in with a pumpkin or potions either, because mama ain't raised no chump. The old Minecraft end fight is a lot harder than I remember. I couldn't shoot into the crystal cages from the bottom and needed to climb the towers. Even if I missed that, I would have been fine. I have feather falling. I also made my fair share of mistakes, with my closest call being with accidentally looking at 4 endermen, breaking my shield, and going down to 3 hearts because of it. But like almost every end fight, I shot at all the crystals and stabbed the dragon until she... Oh, I don't want to die this far into the video. I've already teased 200 days way too much. Ooh, that's sweet XP. The outer end islands will be a task for later, but for now, let's grab this dragon egg and god damn it. Well, at least it's not Bedrock Edition. Only a few people will know what I mean by that. Time to get that dragon egg. Now, it's been 96 days since I've been to the world spawn, so it might take me a while to find this. There it is. It only took me an entire day. The final 3 days of the video. And you might not think there's a lot to do, but there's a lot of simple things that I could fix just so I don't have to worry about them at the beginning of 200 days, which is coming up a lot faster than you think, so let's speed this up a little. I started by making my nether portal smaller, removing the jail cells, and finally spending some quality time with my 3rd, 4th, I stopped keeping track. I spent most of day 99 fixing up the rest of the basement, and it was at this time that I started thinking about what I wanted to do for 200 days, because unless something happens to me in the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna do it. In this video, I made a few promises, like how I'd collect 1 log for every follower, remove the larger trees in both of my perimeters, and most importantly, collect every creature in the Jenny mod. But of course, I'd also like to expand my base, maybe enslave some villagers, and get more powerful gear. In the meantime though, I plan on making some other spin-off 100 days, like 100 days in the backrooms that I plan on letting viewers join. And if you're interested in joining, I have a Discord server in the description. And before we get to day 100, let me yell at the people that skipped here from the intro just to know how I got the Jenny mod. Go back and watch the video! I know you skipped here and I did not spend a month making this video just for you to skip over everything I worked on. Go back! Anyways, if you didn't already check, there's just a tutorial in the description. But here we are, day 100. I really didn't think I'd make it this far. And you probably didn't either, because if you've watched this far into the video, you've probably realized that I'm not actually Luke the Notable. I'm Larp the Notable, but I can do a pretty damn good impression, right? I mean, if you're just realizing now, then I've fooled you. I post very well-edited challenge videos on my main channel, so subscribe to a Weebwoo if you're interested in that. There's a link in the description. But for the time being, I'm gonna be uploading as much as possible here, and like I said earlier, if you want to be in the next video, 100 Days in the Backrooms, then join the Discord server that's linked in the description. Anyways, thank you for watching my first 100 days of many, and stay LARPable.